Okay, I'm going to read sort of a long one. Brace yourself. After death. Straight from the bowels of a god, I guess, no less, no more than a god, I came to learn the filthy ways of a flash, trash fire within a cold, clean container of golden, icy wire. I wailed to be plucked from the heat, a bundle of lurid birth, but really the cool debris of mirth, once heated and burnt and now brandished with some sort of stupid infant worth. Cuddled in the arms of the same old advertised disease. Instantly loved, nurtured, and protected. My new mother was the promiscuity of the breeze. My new father, heaven's propensity for divine sexual tease. Both lifted me from the frost and flame, lifted me up to the inflammation of a hot, lustrous rain. Open-mouthed in this rain, I sipped and sniffed the scent of a storm, dusty with the mixture, stronger than the strength of my parents' continuous lift. I sniffed and intoxicated snorted, simply a world unpulped. Instead, instantly powdered by an unknowable blast, blending a water and its world. But not quite a blast, more a watery pop. The noise of infinite, sun-bloated fish exploding, long after the need to flop. Out of their hands I was taken, deafened by that water-suckled sound, taken and carried to a school uncreated yet, but intellectually renowned. I learned a universe softly unsound is brittle with uncondensable truth. I learned to avoid affinity by going around. I graduated and went to work. All over the place, but not that far away from the place I came to love. First I killed the night, then I killed the day, then I worked on destroying the place I loved. At first I wooed a microbe into the black back of my throat, and then I sang while swallowing lechin, a green and tangled note. I parodied the theatrics of their end that they could never emote. I ate all before all knew they were eaten. I wolfed down every morsel that wiggled and everything else that wanted to crawl. I had yet to teach my palate the infinite subtleties of a simple, eternal gnaw. Everything living dared not to remain as it was, so everything swallowed had reproduced before gulped, and though life couldn't speak yet, everything living screamed that it does, and that their lifelong babbling is misunderstood, and that their final noise is never good. Yet I like it, but of course I would. I grew to be an unrelenting creature, unliked and innocently unloved. I grew a brain black with hardened, borrowed blood. I grew a scrotum and a womb. This mix-up gave species on the rise a masculine but lovely room to nourish their demise. Full grown, I roamed the entire place. I ate the primates race by race, until I found beside the seas those who worship full of a boring, unadvertised disease. They thought they knew me, and had known me all along. Always they wanted me, they wooed me, made me dark black, but beyond the night they moved me, into the deathlessness of their undesired dawn. For the first time I did not choose They choose me and always carried on and on about the sourness of their choice. I'll gorge on the things that choke on their choice until they're completely gone. Now older and less inclined to feed, I took the only egg that never sailed the endless seed. Killed it. It revived itself. Killed it again. And apocalyptic in all its motion, ungroomed, unendowed, I loved the love that around me growled and hissed to know the reasons of my lack of tenderness toward itself, and to know of any sanctity in my plan. Outraged, I killed it again for good. But I spread the enamel of its ash across all dull celestial measure, and upon all such new skin rippled as if alive, beautifully clean, uncut, voluptuous, and certainly fatal to all. But I had to crack such veneer to sip love's emptiness, for having marbleized, it was too dense to gnaw. Ancient now, everything dies, for everything's dead. I starve to death. Death will soon be dead. I will soon crawl back into the bowels of a god. Inert, insensible, unfed. That's it. Okay. This will be the last. I'm reading the book of Sandy. And this is the last. A few things from here, and then I am finished. Whew, thank God, huh? Okay. Give me just a moment. Another moment. It says no title. A rumble is heard, powerful, but quiet. The voice of your thoughts. Lightning flashes in feeble attempts to overcome your brilliance. The rain falls. The drops, wishing they were as pure as your tears. A rainbow bends over the world, imitating the colors of your soul. Refreshed, flowers unfold themselves and reach for you. For you are their source of beauty. Okay, bear with me a moment. Sandy, tons of rock move, doing nothing. Worlds hurtle, doing nothing. Great enduring accomplishments only require the gracious absolution of doing nothing. Sandy, cats chew on cats. Stars boil stars. Horses race horses, assuming that all else reasons. Sandy, a sunrise is a sunset, and in between is all we get. Sandy, those of us who are sad and saddened by the abyss of our own inane sadness think Christ was always so. But those of us neither joyous nor tearful, those of us forever staring at the sweet, peaceful emptiness within ourselves, know Christ. Sandy, folded into your flesh is only the form of your being. Somewhere else do you attend the meaninglessness of yourself. And when you come back to us, you come from some other place. And you come back to us like a cracked pearl breaking and falling away from the earring of a godly ear into the brave black oil of every human harbor. You make pretty a purpose for our despair. You beautify the reasons for the universal failure of all. You enrapture and rape and wreck the good looks of the whole race. Sandy, stars make dark, cold skies resentful of such useless, isolated heat. But I gladly cook beneath such icy light. My being is happily seared and salted and packed away in preparation of every other scheme of heaven. Here's one that is titled, The Stocracy of Ice. I look far toward the horizon at the glaciers advancing, an aristocracy of ice returning from a humiliated heat. Fleeing just ahead of the huge blue blocks charging, I retreat with this cowardly heat, knowing that icy mass will rule as it will pass. Later I will honor the arrogance of an ice cube in a glass. Here's another one titled, Crib Death. I smell the faint blood of an old womb upon every crib of the world. In it jailed the youth of a race, young, yet as old as God's first rotten tooth. I'll hear the rustle of a filthy, blackened blanket, kicked away but soon hugged again, as once a world snuggled a dark, defiant night, soiled with stars. There's just one last thing I want to read to end this. I gotta find it. Does that sound alright to end it like this? Just give me a couple minutes here. I want to find the perfect thing to end this. Very short. Sandy, my wife. When I will not love you, the red will come out of the rose, and the snowstorm will rage across the star.